Hello dear friends, let's talk about problems of Golf 4. The Golf 4 range of petrol engines start from 1.4 liters through 1.6, 1.8, 1.8T, 2.0, 2.3, V5, 2.8 V6 to 3.2 V6. The Volkswagen Golf IV with a basic 1.4-liter engine with 75 horsepower and 16 valves does not fit the body of 1,160 kilograms. The better choice is certainly a stronger 1.6-liter unit than the HP. Admittedly, it consumes over 8.5 liters of fuel on average, but that is why it travels more miles before the general than the weakest unit. If you want something more powerful, we recommend a 1.8T with 180 horsepower and even the same without a turbine that adds 30 horses. The average consumption of these models is about 6 liters of unleaded gasoline, but only if you are very gentle on the gas pedal. V5 and V6 gasoline require a deeper pocket as their consumption, according to factory data, is 8 to 10 liters, although this is in real terms is easily duplicated. For those with speed and the ratio V6 is 2.8 liters and 240 horsepower. In diesel, two variants, 1.9 liters with and without turbine, TDI and SDI. Without the help of a turbocharger, the 1.9 diesel develops 67 horsepower. And with the turbine, it has several different models, 90, 100, 110, 130, and even 150 horsepower. Consumption according to the factory is between 4 and 5 liters of Euro diesel. So in reality, and especially in city driving, expect a few liters more. The most popular 1.9 TDI, the 1896 cc displacement unit, was offered in several 90 to 150 horsepower versions. The direct injection engine into the cylinders of Volkswagen's pump injector system is still one of the better ones today. Although more modern common rail engines, HDI, JTD, DCI, D4D, work more evenly and quietly, Volkswagen's TDI engines deliver even better performance with the same power consumption. Vibrations and noise are present to a somewhat greater extent than with the engine mentioned above. However, the impressive torque of as much as 320 Nm at just 1900 RPM, 150 bhp version, offers compelling acceleration, up to 100 in 8 and 6 seconds, as well as phenomenal mid speeds that leave even stronger gasoline behind the scenes. Despite its high power, consumption is low and averages 5 and 4 liters of diesel factory, while in real driving conditions it is less than 7.0 liters. With us, the most popular TDI version is 110 horsepower with a maximum torque of 235 Nm at low 1900 RPM. Excellent performance with a pleasantly low consumption of 5 and 1 liters. Factory puts it on the wish list of every average driver in Serbia. The engines at Volkswagen Golf IV are high quality, durable and long-lasting. All you have to do is to regularly change the oil and its accessories according to the service manual. With diesel, it is best to change the gear belt to 60,000 kilometers regardless of the service manual that recommends replacing it to 80,000 kilometers. The most common version of the Golf IV are the 3 and 5 doors. A Caravan is marked with variants while in our Cabriolet, the version is really exotic. With stronger aggregates, it was possible to get all-wheel drive motion, which rounded off the offer. Otherwise, the maintenance price of the Volkswagen Golf IV is average in class. We have few authorized Volkswagen service, while those in the wild are abundant. Spare parts are excellent, especially of Turkish origin. For Volkswagen Golf IV, keep an eye on the clutch, all electronics, and check the suspension well. Each half has its weak points. With Golf IV, especially with TDI versions, there are frequent problems with the clutch set, and in addition, the dampers are not too long. Statistics say there are often problems with electronics and too many examples of coolant loss due to porous hoses are worrying. The master brake cylinder has proved to be another weak point, and frequent breakdowns of electric motors for lifting gas are annoying. Since the Volkswagen Golf IV is designed for some other roads, strong blocks are often damaged. A regular inspection of the trap concludes that this car is very much feeling the consequences of our good roads. When it comes to TDI engines, among the third on the list of failures is the sensitive flow meter. A high-pressure pump can also be easily damaged. EGR is a known drawback of the TDI engine. It gets dirty from oil vapors, and cleaning can help in a lighter case, and replacement is needed in more severe cases. Gasoline engines can have problems due to impurities accumulating on the throttle. 1.6 gasoline has injection problems. Central locking and power windows are a problem for the entire Volkswagen group, so it's no surprise that sometimes they know how to fail. The ECU unit, what we call a computer, can sometimes fail, so pay attention to the uneven operation of the engine. Suspension has proven to be resilient, but we still recommend checking it when shopping. Golf owners generally have a positive attitude about their cars. One of the problems so far is the overheating of the stops lights bulbs. The problem is simply solved by replacement. In the case of both lamps being blown, a computer lamp on the instrument panel turns on, signaling that something is seriously wrong. This is done for a reason. The computer automatically lowers the engine power when depressing the brake, and the lack of stop light information puts it in alarm mode. If you have a problem, do not despair but change the bulbs and the problem will disappear. Genuine Golf parts can be expensive if purchased at authorized service centers, but there are so many on waste that are not expensive, as well as new parts of dubious quality originating in Turkey. Otherwise, the maintenance price of the Volkswagen Golf is average in class. We have few authorized Volkswagen services, while those in the wild are abundant. Spare parts are excellent, especially of Turkish origin. Although not the most reliable in the class, the Golf IV takes some average and is a wise investment. Engine failures. Volkswagen Golf IV 1.4 petrol engine. The Volkswagen Golf IV produced after November 2001 has a premature failure of the timing belt. A very common mistake that leads to damage to valves, cylinders, or even complete destruction of the engine. 1.4 and 1.6 petrol engines. On some models manufactured before 2003, there was a failure of the tooth belt. The repair was partially borne by Volkswagen depending on age and mileage. Volkswagen Golf IV 1.4. The deceleration becomes irregular, caused by a blockage of the gas unit. Gasoline engines 1.4, 1.6, 1.8 T and V5 produced in the period from January 2001 to January 2003 had a relatively common coil failure. 1.6 petrol engine, 8 and 16 valves. On the Golf IV models produced until 2002, there was a chronic error. There were vibrations in the cabin, which were the result of injection errors. Volkswagen Golf IV 1.8T 150. The Golf GTI model often had problems with damaging the water pump. 1.4 diesel engines. Some Volkswagen Golf IVs produced until 2001 had problems with sudden loss of power. Mistakes happened after a sudden acceleration. The cause of the problem is a fault in the EGR valve. TDI engines. On models manufactured until the spring of 2003, there is a gradual drop in power as a result of dirt on air flow centered to the flow meter. Cleaning is not possible, or it is not efficient. Replacement is necessary. Volkswagen Golf IV 1.9 TDI 110 horsepower. On a Ford Volkswagen Golf 1998, there was a malfunction on the turbine or turbine shaft. The blades actually bent and thus changed the geometry. There is a gradual decrease in turbine power and eventually a complete loss of power. 1.9 TDI 110, 115, 130 and 150. These engines have problems with the variable turbine. Damage to the blades occurs. For the 150, 15 and 150 models, the turbine also broke and broke down. Volkswagen Golf IV 1.9 TDI 115 horsepower. These engines had, in many cases, a burst of the cylinder head. It happens before 70,000 kilometers. The defect is due to a problem with the engine cylinder. Volkswagen Golf IV 1.4 SDI produced until 2001 has problems with the gearbox. There was serious damage to the gearbox, even before 80,000 kilometers were covered. Volkswagen Golf IV 1.9 TDI 110. On the Volkswagen Golf IV produced until September 1999, there is a problem of oscillation at startup. Errors are eliminated by modifying the ECU motor. Catalyst Golf TDI engines 110 horsepower from 1999 and 1998 was previously worn. Internal ceramics break down quickly. All catalysts have been changed so that the problem is no longer present. Electronic failures. Central locking failure. On Golf IV models manufactured until 2001, there was a fault on the refueling door release switch, located next to the parking brake. On all models, especially until June 2000, there is a frequent failure of the electric window mechanism. Air conditioning failure. On some Volkswagen Golf IVs, especially those produced until 2002, there was a malfunction of the air conditioning compressor. Instrument panel malfunctions that occur in models manufactured up to 2000, thirst interference, and then instrument panel interruption. Errors in the position of the light that is activated when you open the driver's door. The errors occurs when the Volkswagen Golf IV from 1999 to 2000, the buttons on the central console are often stuck. Other failures. Central locking Volkswagen Golf IV 1998 to 1999. Sound from the front seats and cracking from the instrument panel in the Volkswagen Golf IV until 1999. In the Golf IV models produced until 2001, there was a deviation of the gear levers. Loose air vents for blowing to the feed. Golf IV manufactured until 2001. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you're the owner of this car, then share your experience. It will help others to choose a car. Goodbye.